It's the last weekend of the Moto E World Championship in 2024, and we're here at the Mazzano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli, all set, ready to go for the last race of the year. First of all, let's take a look at how they look in the standings as well, because Hector Garzo has a chance here in race 1 to clinch the championship. He is 38 points clear with 50 on offer across the two races. If he keeps that gap to Mateo Cassidy at 38, he is the champion going out to tomorrow. So watch out for Hector Garzo. He could be one to watch. This is how they line up the grid though. Coming in, it's Mateo Cassidy, Eric Granado alongside Jordi Torres, Alessandro Zarcone, Kevin Zanoni, Gutierrez, Spinelli. Garzo starts 8, so Cassidy already on the best place he needs to be in order to get going. So it really is sort of all eyes up to see what's going to happen next. We can't wait to see what's going to happen next either. It really is a weird situation in total across it all, as we just wait to get all this looking a little bit more sensible and clean up and normal. Ready to go then for race. Lights on, lights out, we're underway in San Marino. Great start from Mateo Cassidy, but coming up for the second row is Kevin Zanoni as well. He takes second position as they come in towards the first corner. The first chicane, always tricky on a Moto e-bike. We've seen several accidents here before, but it is a great start for Cassidy. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, as we see Zanoni in second, Granado in third. That's Massimo Roccoli down into 12th position as well, dropping out further back as the field moves on through. Storming start from everybody then as well as they come in. Spinelli up as well. Where's Garzo? He's 7th. Gap at the moment will be enough in the championship to make him stick, so we'll have to keep eyes peeled on that one. Remember, it is anything, and I literally mean anything more than 25. No points for fastest lap bonus or anything like that. No points in qualifying. They have to do it. There's only 8 laps to do it in, so there is a big pressure. Round the outside, that's Garzo trying to pass Jordi Torres, Tulovic and Spinelli as well, as we head down towards turn 12 for the first time. So the race has started, all bikes keeping off. Zarcone getting very close to the back here. Now at the moment, with Cassidy in the lead of this race and Garzo down in 6th position, the gap is 23 points. So this is great news for Mateo Cassidy. He'll bring it into doors tomorrow. Pontanet gets his long lap penalty for irresponsible riding in Q1. Hello to Dumas. Hello, my friend. I haven't seen you in ages. And hello to Window as well as they come in into the first corner. Down we go once more. So, lap 1 complete. Castiglione, Zanoni, Granado, Zarcone all coming in as well as we enter the first corner, and the timing screens have made a mistake. The timing screens have gone wrong. That's not the right order. This is the right order now coming through. So it is Cassidy, Zanoni, Granado, Zarcone, Torres, Garzo, Gutierrez, Tulovic. Oh! At the inside goes Kevin Zanoni. He goes in too deep down at turn 5. Mateo Cassidy retakes the lead, coming down at a 7 and down towards turn 8. Right, Cassidy's really got a slipstream battle on now because he's got Zanoni as well as Granado and Zarcone all coming in. Hector Garzo's in there too. Yellow flags out. At the inside comes Zarcone passing Granado at turn 8 on the inside line. Makes the move stick, and that is Roccoli has crashed out. Rider's okay, but Roccoli is out of the race as they turn in once more. Granado still P4 now as well. Roccoli's dropped down. Live Championship has it at Hector Garzo 234. Mateo Cassidy 23 points back. Zarcone goes to the inside line, coming through turn 11 into single file corner. You never see side by side there. Cassidy kept his foot well in, did not stop it. There's the confirmation of Massimo Roccoli's accident. It says on our timing screen, rider okay. Pontanet has done his long lap penalty as they turn in once again, just edging the throttle slightly. It's such a hard Moto e-bike to race as well. Up we go once more. This is the title decider for Moto E, race number 1. In we come again then. And look, there is the four of Hector Garzo making his way up into 5th position. The gap now stands at 24 points. If Garzo gets anything more, he is the champion. 20, so it's 2-3-5 for Garzo. Cassidy 24 points back. One mistake, one error from either of them. The championship changes dramatically going into tomorrow's final race. Remember a year ago here at San Marino? Exactly the same situation happened. A crash in the penultimate race meant we had a different championship leader at the end of it. And up the inside, Kevin Zanoni takes Matteo Cassidy down in turn 8 on the inside line. Cassidy can't fight back. And now the gap stands at 29 points. It's crucial Cassidy wins. Right now, Garzo is the world champion of Moto E. Title chance for Hector Garzo. 6 laps to go. Don't forget, we've also got tomorrow's race coming up. Kevin Zanoni is no stranger to winning races this year. He's definitely pushing as hard as he can as they fly in once more. Cassidy's having that inside line looking. Just got to take it with ease, not throwing it off the circuit at any opportunity. Zarcone and Granado just there. Garzo just staying where he is. He knows if he goes down, then the championship challenge is not done today. He has to finish this race. He has to get the crucial points. In we go into the last corner of Mazzano, turn 16. Over the line we go once more. 5 laps to go. Is that 4 of 8? We're halfway in the Moto E San Marino Grand Prix Race 1 as they enter the first corner once more. The tight right-hander that leads into the sweeping left. And up the inside, that's very, very late from Alessandro Zarcone on the inside of Matteo Cassidy. As that's, I think, Matteo Ferrari running off the circuit there, taking a shortcut. Waiting for to see that popping up. But yeah, definitely Cassidy only got taken out there by Zarcone. Cassidy's teammate Granado keeping Garzo directly behind him as well. Try and say that 5 times fast. Garzo fast up in the race, 1:40.128. Pontanet with a track limits warning as well. He's just had to survey a penalty in this race already. So is he learning his own things? I don't know. But they are keeping it on the nerve and on the attack. This is a title chance. Down again into turn 13 and 14, the bottom of the J section. This is rise back up. This is 9, 10, and down towards 11 now. Zarcone leads. The gap stands at 0.297 of a second between them. 1 out of Massimo Roccoli, 17 left. The 51 of Eric Granado having a go at Alessandro Zarcone as well. If he can get ahead, he can really help his teammate and keep Hector Garzo further behind. The gap at the moment, though, 29 points. The championship will swing Garzo's way. Flying again into turn 15, down towards the last corner, turn 16, the Mazzano corner. Cassidy knows it's slipping away. Past half distance now. On to the next lap. 4 to go. Lap 5 of 8. And Kevin Zanoni, 1:40.107. He now sets the fastest lap of the race. Very nicely done as well, actually. They're all just trying to hold it together as much as they can. The surface temperature of the rear tyres as well, it's at low at the moment, even coming through the corners, not in a high. The track temperature is okay here today. Ground temperature's at 30 degrees, air temperature at 20. There's a breeze coming through, 10 kilometres as well, so it's keeping everything nice and cool here in Mazzano. Down we go again. Cassidy has been given a track limits warning by the stewards. If he does one more infraction, he'll get a long lap penalty, and that will certainly kill off any attempt at the championship right now. In we go again. They've just got to remain so careful. It really is getting to the point where you really do wonder who's going to have what. Gutierrez passes Nicola Spinelli for 10th position. In the other, that is in the Tech 3 Racing. Teammate to Alessandro Zarcone. It's the LCR E-team as well of Matteo Cassidy and Granado that need to work together here in this race. So far, they are not. Holding it down. Zarcone still having the attack as they come out of turn 14, 15 and 16. 2 left-handers back onto the start-finish straight we go. Yeah, well, Cassidy's under pressure from Zarcone here. Kevin Zanoni leads this race. And Zanini now with a track limits warning. Race leader. Kevin Zanoni is with a track limits warning. You just don't know where to go in this race. So Kevin Zanoni now with a track limits warning. Alessandro Zarcone might inherit the lead of this race. They've all got so similar sounding names. I don't know if anybody else has ever spotted that in the championship, but it is true, isn't it? They all have such similar names. Track limits warning for the race leader. He'll get warned about that. Got 4 tenths to Matteo Cassidy with 3 laps to go. Lap 6 of 8. The championship is dawning for Hector Garza, and all he's done all race is stay in 5th and 6th positions. He's just swapped between the two. He knows what he's needed to do in this race and hasn't taken another opportunity to go, oh, actually, maybe I need to be a bit more this, maybe I need to be a bit more that. No, he's just done it exactly as pitch perfect as he needs to. They continue to turn in, just having, again, that exit power, not as fast as you want it to be. Zanoni and Cassidy are matching sector times, 7,000th difference, 1,000th difference. Sectors 1 and 2 compared to them. They are literally matching between them, and it's closing up again at the front. 0.297 now. So Cassidy actually closed that gap in on Zanoni. This is critical. 2 laps to go here at Mazzano in race 1 of the San Marino Grand Prix. 16 laps in total for these electric bikes spread over a couple of hours with 2 different races. 3 tenths the gap lost overall that lap time. Cassidy is closing him in, but not by much. 2 to go. Holding that line. At what point do you cross your fingers? At what point do you cross your toes? It looks like Hector Garza, his 1.5 seconds back to Zarcone, is going to have the World Championship wrapped up. The gap stands at 29 points. That is all. Nothing really. It's absolutely nothing. As they come down again. Title chance into turn 8. Left-hander. Triple apex part of the track. Got to get it so right. Has done. 9 and 10 follow up quickly. The bottom of the J section. Garzo having a little look on Granado for 4th position. Former championships of the series. Matteo Ferrari, Jordi Torres, Eric Granado. Now Hector Garzo. Looks like he's going to take it as well. Title chance still coming up. Garzo's had a fantastic second half of this season. He really has come out of nowhere. So 110%, you can see why he deserves to be the champion. The extra brake adding in to try and regen some energy. 2 bars of battery left for 2 to go. They could theoretically do a total of 10 laps per race, but the last thing we want is to lose out on anything here as well. Zarcone coming up then as well. Into the last corner. 1 lap to go. He's down! Zarcone's out! At the last corner! And the championship lead has reopened! Oh, but the gap is 1 point! I don't believe it! Out goes Kevin Zanoni as well! But into the lead has gone Matteo Cassidy! And the gap in the championship is now just 1 point! It's Garzo leading by 26 to Cassidy, which means Cassidy only needs 2 points to try and win, but he's leading the race. There's nothing more he can do. Hector Garza is going to be the champion going into tomorrow. He's going to have the 1 point margin to the 25 he needed. It was absolutely unbelievable. Garza's been given a track limits warning. Cassidy's already got one. Garza just needs to hold on for a few more corners. Or is Jordi Torres going to try and spoil the party and make wheels go down to a title decider later on today? Well, it always seems to happen in race 1 because someone runs away with the championship. Is it about to happen now? Matteo Cassidy's going to do all he possibly can. But it's going to be Hector Garzo who moves to the inside line. Eric Granado at turn 11, side by side. That's a champion's move and a half to securing the gap back to 29 points. Garzo is under pressure. He's got his foot peg off as Granado goes back through. Jordi Torres might still try something. Garzo could have just risked it. He's got 2 corners left. Torres goes looking to the inside. I don't think he's going to make the move. Matteo Cassidy has done everything he needed to do. He's took pole position. He's won the race, but it It is Hector Garza won to the line. Who is the 2024 Moto E World Champion? Hector Garza is World Champion in Moto E. He puts his feet on top of the bike. An absolutely stellar second half of the season, to which he's absolutely blown the competition away. And he is a deserving Moto E World Champion. Cassidy Zarcone Granado. Typical of MotoGP's TNT Sports to go to a break as soon as it stays. We'll stay with the broadcast as well in order to get the champions' thoughts and reactions. Fantastic! What an absolutely brilliant race. Matteo Cassidy is your victor from Alessandro Zarcone and Granado. Hector Garza finishing in 4th, meaning he's done all he needed to do to be crowned the world champion of 2024. Then it's Jordi Torres in 5th, Matteo Ferrari is 6th, Lucas Tulovic in 7th, Oscar Gutierrez is 8th, Nicolas Spinelli 9th, and 10th for Andrea Mantovani. Miguel Pons is 11th. Alessio Filelio goes in 12th. Kevin Manfred is 13th. 14th for Maria Herena. 15th, Chaz Davis, the last point. Armando Pontanet, with that long lap penalty, put him down into 16th. And then out of the race was Kevin Zanoni, crashing out on the penultimate lap at the last corner before the final lap started. And then it's Massimo Roccoli, who crashed out earlier on in the race as well. We will be hearing from our world champion and the race winners as well in Parc Fermé. We'll be handing back over to TNT for the ceremonies before we get ready. Later on, don't forget, on JBMotorsports, it'll be the Tissot Sprint for MotoGP. That's underway in around about 2 hours' time. We've also got the Goodwood Revival coming up. Our first show, our first commentary of the day from JB's team side, coming up at 12:30. That's the Ford Water Trophy. Matteo Cassidy wins race 1, but it wasn't enough. The championship goes the way of Hector Garza in a superb fashion, by the way. Absolutely superb. So I think we are all set soon to head back over. I hope you all enjoyed that as well. That was a nice little 8-lap sprint. We've got one more race of Moto E coming up. That's at the end of the day to get going in as well. The final race of the 2024 Moto E season will get underway and kick us off onto a great path as well. It certainly has been a most entertaining weekend of action. And certainly I'm going to be interested to see what's going to happen next. MotoGP's sprint race as well coming up later. And then after that, we're straight into the rest of the day with the Goodwood Revival with a few more races to cover as well. Before I think it ends at about 6 o'clock tonight. So a nice early bath for everybody. Yesterday's race 1 for Goodwood Revival started at 6:30. We went very much into the night with the setting sun. For the Sussex Trophy. This morning we've had the Goodwood Trophy, and now we're just having the Barry Sheen Memorial Trophy Part 1 of their race. That's going on now, and Part 2 will be tomorrow. We'll be back in the box for that. Motorcycles Prix 1955, so bikes that are nearly 100 years old as well, been leading their way through. Let's head back then over to the World Lead and join our commentary team and get all the latest from Moto E's new champions.
Welcome back to the Misano World Circuit, Marco Simoncelli, where we've just seen the penultimate Moto E World Championship race of the year and a new champion crowned in that race. Hector Garza gave us a bit of drama in the closing stages. In Parc Fermé, the top 3, Cassidy, Zacconi and Granado, on his in-lap celebrating with his one-off helmet design there is Hector Garza. I would imagine he would have certainly made Jürgen Lingenko in the Dynavolt team a bit nervous on that final lap.
Yeah, I guess his approach must have been pass or be passed. I've got to try and make sure that Torres doesn't have a go at slipstreaming me down that back straight. But yeah, it was always going to be a risky strategy with Eric Granado, because he's so aggressive anyway, isn't he? And he was straight back at him like we thought he would be. And then we said it all got a little bit messy. But you look at the championship standings and you look at his consistency. Garzo's, the last sort of 6 rounds has been pretty. He has been the standout rider, and he absolutely deserves to win this World Championship. I'm pleased for him. Nice kid as well. He's a real happy-go-lucky character. Always smiling, always got something to say. Cheeky sort of chappy, and a talented rider.
Yeah, when Hervé Poncharal first picked him up from European in the European Moto2 Championship, he finished second that year, and he's moved up. He's had a couple of opportunities in Moto2. In fact, when he got that podium in Valencia, his home race with the Tons team, I think a lot of people were thinking big things for the following season. It just didn't work out. He's only 26. He does have aspirations to revisit Moto2. Maybe, and this isn't a bad way to put yourself in the shop window. The 26-year-old then, who finished second in the European Moto2 Championship in 2019. He got that podium with the Pons team in 2020. 4th last year in Moto2, and now the champion.
Do you know what? In reality, his passport would actually work against him.
Yes.
Because he's a fast Spanish rider. In reality, there's probably 20 faster Spanish riders. Do you know what I mean? Where if he was British, he'd be our 2nd fastest Grand Prix rider.
Let's hear from the race winner. He did all he could. Mathieu Casadei is with Elliot down in Putney.
Yeah, Mathieu, fantastic win. You've lost the championship. Just sum up your emotions right now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was difficult. I tried to win the championship, but we don't do a perfect weekend in Assen and Germany, and this is the race. The other guys don't wait you. But congratulations to Hector. I'm very happy for today. Winning home is always unbelievable, amazing. I'm very, very happy for this, and I want to dedicate this victory to all the team and the people side me.
Great job today. Good looking race too.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Mathieu Casadei. He's done all he could. A couple of incidents did not go his way, particularly Assen, where he got wiped out in turn 1 through no fault of his own. Here's Hector Garzo then coming into pit lane, and a burnout as well.
Burnout? Don't know how easy that is on one of these bikes, because they weigh so much to get the rear spinning. Risky. Risky.
Oh, and the bike's down.
The bike's down.
And let me tell you, that is not an easy. It's 225 kg.
Yeah, what is that, about 28 stone? I think I looked one time. They're pretty heavy.
We'll be hearing from the new world champion shortly. 4th place for Hector Garzo has done the trip. They have one more race coming up later. Who knows, there might even be a #1 plate out on the Moto E bike by then. Hector Garzo is your Moto E world champion.
Steve, I got it wrong. 35.5 stone.
Wow.
They are heavy. Hey, you know they're heavy when you're sliding down the road and you can hear the scrape marks behind you following you into a tyre wall. That's when
catching you up.
That's when you're panicking.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
They've trimmed a bit of weight up. It's coming down every year, isn't it? Obviously with battery technology and everything, so still a bit of a way to go.
So it is the championship for Hector Garzo, and they're just forcing him over. Let's hear from him now with Elliot down in Putney.
Hector, champion's ride there when the pressure is on, and you are the 2024 Moto E world champion. Just try and sum up your emotions.
Thank you very much. I still cannot believe it. It was a really, really hard day yesterday, and also a really hard race to plan. I just trusted myself and tried to focus on overtaking more people as possible. Try to don't lose the gap to the first positions, and also a little bit lucky. I'm so sorry for Tanoni, but a little bit lucky in there for the winning position. But yeah, I think we deserve it, because this year has been really, really crazy. We have been on the top level. I think we deserve this and more. Thank you to all my family, to my girlfriend, to all my friends, and well, I have no words. Thank you very much.
Go enjoy it, Hector. Well done.
Yeah, great to hear there from Hector Garzo. Didn't look like at the start of the season that Garzo was going to be necessarily the standout champion. A bit of an inconsistent start. Spinelli actually was the rider that came out of the blocks flying. This was on this last lap then. Shame we couldn't see a replay of that mighty move over at turn 11.
Yeah. I told you Hector Garza was he's a good lad though. Tell that interview what he's like. I'd like to see what happens next in his career. Will he focus on defending it? You've just won a world title.
Well, like I say, he would like to... Great celebrations here from Hector Garza. He would like to move into Moto2 again. I don't know if those doors have closed, to be honest, for Hector Garza. You might well see him appearing in this, defending his crown for next year. Maybe World Supersport beckons. He's done a couple of races in World Supersport before as well.
It'd be nice to see some different nationalities get into this championship. It slipped a little bit into a Spanish and Italian championship. I don't like the whole paddock as in general, but there's a lot in this championship. I've got to say, I thought it was in its prime when it first started, and we've got you got some old legends, and you got Sete Gibernau and remember Bradley Smith doing it, and it's quite a nice mixture then. And
do you fancy a go?
Absolutely not, no. Funnily enough though, Michael Laverty in his spare time, because as we know he's got quite a lot, said he's back to training and potentially might take over Chaz's ride for next year. So
yeah,
don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that, because Michael doesn't know it yet. I'll tell him when I see him next.
Type Ferme celebrations underway here. The top three in the race: Casadei, Zacconi, and Granado. But your champion is Hector Garza, 237 points. It's put together this year. Casadei second in the championship, with Gutierrez at third. Zanoni crashing out from the lead. If Zanoni had stayed on, yeah, we could have had quite an interesting final lap.
Tell you what, Gutierrez has impressed me this year. He's my man for next year. I feel like he's made a few silly mistakes, but out-and-out pace. Some of the races I've commentated on and some ones I've been watching, he's really impressed me.
Yeah, good talent. Really should have been talking more about Gutierrez in the likes of sort of Moto3 and Moto2. He came through the Red Bull rookies with Gian Antonio and Ben Snyder back in 2015. Works hard as a trainer when he's not racing his Moto E bikes for other younger riders as well, and he is really talented. But that crash in Austria too really cost him.
Big crowd here today, Steve, as well. Tell you, you go in the paddock, it's rammed, isn't it? Great atmosphere, superb atmosphere. Always is at Misano. It's one of my favourite rounds.
Since COVID, paddocks have been a bit more restricted. It doesn't feel like it here.
Never does here, does it, Misano, for whatever reason. Certainly some holes in some fences, I think. It always has that feel about it.
You slip through the gate. It is a very busy paddock here. So we're going to get the top three out onto the podium now. Third place for Eric Granado. I have to say, after a big injury for Eric Granado, he'll be mighty relieved to be back on the podium. His first podium since race 1 in Mugello. So well done, Eric. Second place for Alessandro Zacconi. And it will be Italian celebrations for the former world champion, as he's known as now, Mattia Casadei, goes out onto the top step. So the LCR E team, Lucio Cecchinello's riders, first and third, with Zacconi, the Tech 3 rider, taking second place. Shortly after this, Hector Garza will be presented with his award as the champion as well, finishing fourth in the race as the trophies are handed out here. It has been the longest ever Moto E World Championship with 8 rounds. Some fast and frantic races, and that's the idea, to increase the European presence over the course of the coming years. But the winner's trophy here for this penultimate race of the season, and the Italian national anthem going to race winner Mattia Casadei.
An amazing race then here for Moto E. We'll be back later on for race number 2. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye.